Morning, everybody. Welcome to LockPod,
Welcome to, it's a special day.
Belgium's top-rated podcast. What's
Which
that?
means even
Huge
more.
day.
Which even more.
International Podcast Day.
Yes.
Yesterday.
So yesterday was International Podcast.
Oh,
By the way,
yesterday.
John, what's the difference between International Podcast Day and just National Podcast Day?
It's all bullshit.
Yeah.
Right.
Agree.
Or make it up.
Right.
It'll be a Hallmark holiday soon.
Didn't
anybody get us a card?
Every day is a holiday nowadays.
Yep.
Got to
Yeah.
be careful.
Right? I guarantee you look on the calendar today something.
Like, no
Besides
offense,
International
but I was
Podcast.
like, what is this,
What
like,
is the
National
holiday today?
Daughters Day and National Son Day?
I missed that.
Well, I mean,
I
like,
love you, baby.
He definitely missed it.
I
Well,
mean,
like,
like,
I
what is
feel
All my
this?
It's
friends
just
were
peer
getting
pressure.
tagged in
It's peer
pictures and
pressure.
stuff
It's
with
so
their
ridiculous.
parents
It's peer pressure. I show you every day how much I love you,
That's
baby.
right.
You know
I
what I'm
didn't
saying?
even talk to you yesterday.
And see, and
I didn't know.
you still know that he loved you.
By the
Loves
way,
you.
so like International Daughters Day or whatever.
It's like, what?
I love my daughter day. Everybody did it on
Right.
Facebook, and I was like, "Fuck, man, I'm the worst parent ever." 'Cause
Not
I missed
true.
it, right?
I think you're the best for ignoring it.
And then rolls around Son's Day.
I was
The
like, this is
next
ridiculous.
day.
I freaking blew that shit off. Too.
I was like, this is
So
ridiculous.
I'm like, no way.
Well, you
So-
were like, I
you're like,
can't
if I'm-
post
Can you
today.
imagine?
I didn't
Can you
post for
imagine?
You
Lindsay.
post-
Lindsay,
post
what
all
the
the
hell?
boys.
I love you, baby. I love you, Lindsay.
Thanks.
Happy
Way,
Daughter's Day,
I love you
Lindsay.
way more than the boys.
Oh,
Oh.
see that?
See?
That's not cool.
That's how you do it.
Hey, guys, today, this is not a joke. Today is National Black Dog Day.
Wow.
Hey, we
See?
have one.
And I have a black dog.
Lucy, post Lucy.
Well,
It's
congratulations.
Lucy Day. See, that proves my point that every day is
There's something.
Hallmark
Some
holiday.
ridiculous.
Hallmark just.
I don't
cranks
even
up.
think I don't even think it's a Hallmark.
If
day.
I was the CEO of Hallmark, I'd be like figuring out
How to do
365
Black Dog
days.
cards.
Today's Black Dog Day. Tomorrow is Small Cat Day. Like every.
Yes.
All cats are small.
You have to
Versus
figure out.
Big Cat
So
Day.
Prudence
Right?
has a big day today, John.
Yeah, we got a big day planned.
Oh yeah,
It's
Don't forget to
also
post.
National Body Language Day. There's some conflicting
that's not cool.
We're gonna get into some
national
body language
What
later.
kind of body language is Tom giving off?
I like the body language.
I like the shirt.
exhaustion.
Britney Spears was getting.
We're gonna
off
get
some
into
body
Britney language. We're gonna get into some Britney
I
body
like
language.
The body language she was giving off was.
We're gonna see
interesting.
how
Right.
free Britney's going later in the show.
Speaking of body language.
I
yeah.
know. Well, so
You like my new dead shirt?
I love the new dead shirt.
I
I love the mustard,
This is my
let me get up on
2021 version.
little mustard colored.
Mustard
awesome.
is my favorite
Hey,
color.
John, before you pull in,
Well,
let
then
me
you
suck
must
in my
love the
gut.
shirt, Linz.
I already
It's
pulled
okay.
in.
Pop out the.
Did you hear that?
What?
Lindsay said
Kevin
mustard's
and I just said,
mustard's
okay.
my favorite color, and I said, well, then you must like the shirt. And she goes, it's okay.
Mine's more of a hot mustard.
That's why Lindsay was like, that's why I don't like
It's
it.
fine.
Hot mustard.
Like spicy,
That's such a
like a
great
spicy
show
brown
title.
mustard.
That's
Or
a-
like a honey
my-
mustard.
Yeah. When I wear it, it's hot.
I was gonna say, is it
mustard.
hot mustard because you have it on?
Yes, exactly.
Which is why Lindsay does not. What she was
That's
just
why
like,
Lindsay
it's,
just
it's
changed.
just okay.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Hot
Mustard's
mustard.
my most hated color.
Lindsay gagged when I said that.
It's a runner-up
Just
for
a
the
little
show
bit.
title.
Thank
I'll
you.
tell
Right off the
Threw
bat.
up in her mouth a
Right
little
off the
bit.
bat. I've been perusing our old shows a lot lately.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's cool. I've been going through some old episodes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I want to remind everybody we have 100 hours of entertainment out there. More than 100 hours of entertainment. I say like 150 hours entertainment. No, I
Wow.
guess it's not that much. Let's say
125.
I'd say 120.
125 hours of entertainment. About like 25 hours of it's actually good.
Entertainment and quotes.
Yeah, right. Entertainment. It's just raw material. Keep in mind that our hours and hours of entertainment is raw material. If you
Yeah.
skim through that, you can find some real gems.
It's raw material
Well,
to use against you in your campaigns.
Oh,
in your
yeah.
hot mustard shirt.
Yeah, Todd and Dan the Tracker, they're busy right now.
We're going to talk about Todd Young. We're going to talk about Dan the Tracker.
Dan
We're
the
gonna talk
Tracker.
About
I introduced
all
him in my
kinds of
speech
things
last
today.
night.
We're going to talk all about this today.
For like I said, Dan the Tracker. I introduced him. I said, "Nice guy, creepy job, but nice guy."
Don't ruin our episode before we get there.
Okay,
All right,
We're just
so
previewing. We're
we're
like giving you a
previewing.
little tease.
Tease
This is a
along
little bit
and
of what
listen.
we're going to be talking about today. I'm teasing you, just keeping you interested, so you don't like turn us.
People like your shirt on the chat. Just FYI.
It's nice. I like this shirt too. I have so many dead shirts that this was definitely a different color, so I went with this one.
I think it was a good call.
Yeah, thanks, bro.
Mix it up. Especially, it's kind of like an autumn color. You're bringing in the fall.
Yeah,
October.
I am bringing in the fall.
October 1.
It is that time of year. I was
Um,
wearing a fall-colored tie yesterday. It's depressing. I wear that one when
Isn't it funny how like you're in your closet, you're like, yeah,
Yeah.
this is one for the fall.
Start shifting
wearing,
over.
Yep.
Yeah.
Out of the summer colors.
I love the fall.
Well, I don't dislike the fall. It's just that it's the prelude to winter.
I like the fall only because it's football season.
Yeah, it is football season.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of my patients have been watching football every time I'm working.
You know why?
Because it's football season.
That's right.
Well,
they're
I kind of
American.
figured considering it's on the television.
Because they're
so-
Americans, Lindsay.
Oh.
It's
I
amazing.
thought
America.
baseball was the American
It is,
pastime.
but football is silently the second.
I would say football is silently the first.
Okay.
I
agree with
think
that.
people.
I think it's more universal.
and I am a baseball fan.
I love baseball.
Yeah.
I get
Football's kind of taking it
Because
over.
you either love baseball or you really don't like it.
True.
Football,
Everybody likes it.
like Lindsay's been to a lot of football games.
She even
I've been
puts
up
up
to
with
a
it.
lot of collegiate football games.
Those are called,
Collegiate.
they're
It's a
called
little
football games. That's
well,
it. Some
I-
people refer to them as football games.
Well, I
Lindsay.
haven't been to like professional like NFL.
All right.
Oh.
I'm gonna.
I've actually never been to an
I'm on
NFL
that.
game.
You know what, Lindsay? For
I'm on
Daughter's
that,
Day,
baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
To
taking you,
make
baby.
up
That's
for
right.
dropping the ball on Daughter's Day.
All right. I dropped the ball on Son's Day equally. I'm an equal
Well,
opportunity
you could take us all
fumbler.
to an NFL game.
oh wow! Now you've got
I'm an
like
equal opportunity fumbler, baby.
Oh,
I
and you
love
had
it.
a football analogy in there too. Good
That's
work.
right. That's right.
Well, let's go to.
Yeah. Hey,
You know, we haven't done apologies in a long time.
It's because I've been doing a good job of not offending
you?
people. I offend people, but like this one came right back home to roost.
All right, let's talk about it.
See, like sometimes when we're on this show, I have a feeling that we're the only ones talking to each other.
I have that feeling often.
I do too. Sometimes it's confirmed in the actual number of people that watch, or listen. But so sometimes I get a little comfortable in here and I
Yes.
say things because I'm just like, it's just us four. Who's listening to us, right?
Why
And-
wouldn't people listen to us talk about the seasons?
Good question.
and the color mustard.
That's right. That's right. Well, anyway, last show I got a little loose,
Ooh,
a little bit loose,
loosey.
and it was not about the racial incident.
Loose lips sink ships.
I got loose about a friend of mine that was blunt with me,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like talking, and I was cryptic,
And you were aggravated about.
I was
You were
aggravated.
aggravated about the commentary.
but I was cryptic, super
Yes.
cryptic, because I did not want my friend to realize that I was talking about
If
this
on
person.
the off chance he was listening, even though you didn't.
And
think
I was
he
like, this dude doesn't listen,
Right.
And neither probably does his family. So
Sure.
I'm like, I felt a little comfortable, like I could drop this. It's not a big deal.
He'll never find out.
No. Well, he found out. And I don't understand how I
almost
do
immediately.
understand. I already figured out how it went down.
All right.
I blame Phil Talon for that.
Oh.
Oh,
Phil gave it
my
up.
God.
Way to go, Phil.
And by the way,
Great.
he sort of confirmed. He was super defensive. I was like, it was you, Frida. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes.
Fredo.
Gave him
Fredo.
a kiss.
And I gave him a kiss. And I'm like, I'll see you tomorrow at work, Phil.
And Phil, don't drive on the toll road today.
Fredo Phil.
Unbelievable.
Fredo.
Fredo Phil.
Phil's like, I was on the toll road today, and there were a
great.
bunch of guys with guns.
Freaking Fredo Phil. Screwed me.
Wow.
Yeah. Because he was like, I think Phil was one of the people that could have figured out who it was.
Phil's
There's
in the
only a
chat.
few people in the world that could have figured out. Fredo is in the
He's
chat.
in the chat. He said, not true.
yeah,
Right.
Fredo
There-
Phil.
Defensive
He's-
again.
Yeah.
Like
Defensive
right
again.
away. Phil hasn't been in the chat for what, John?
He's
Like
never been in the chat.
3 months.
110 episodes or whatever. This is the first time Fredo Phil pops into the
Fredo
chat.
Phil. Kelly's packing up the house right now.
Yeah.
He's on his way out of town. So Fredo Phil busted me out. I'm positive about this.
Oh,
like he's
no.
trying to defend himself.
But so wait, how did
He's
okay,
doing it silently on chat though. Just block him, John.
We've never blocked
Fredo
anyone,
doesn't
but
get
we're
to
gonna
talk.
block Phil.
People are calling him Fredo Phil in the chat.
So Fredo Phil
like
busted
nobody
me
tells
out.
Phil anything. Anymore.
Phil, do not go fishing.
Phil and I are supposed to fish later on today.
You're gonna
Actually. In a
Phil.
hidden little lake stocked with fish.
No one
Fredo
ever
Phil will
goes back
sleep with
there.
the fishes.
Does Phil know the Hail Mary?
I hope so.
So
I'm
anyway,
sure he does.
So anyway, my friend, who I'm continuing to remain
Thank you.
anonymous,
I think that's appropriate.
sends me a text the other day, and I get a text, and I was like instantly crapping myself. I'm like, I didn't even read the text. I'm like, oh crap, because it was like the day
just
after
his name popped up.
His
and you're
name
like,
popped up, and I'm like,
oh.
oh. So I'm like, gingerly, I open it, and it says, I heard you were talking about me on your podcast, and I'm like, shit.
Did it have me like?
And then I like initially I'm super defensive. I said, no, not true. And then I was like, dude, the gig is up. Fredo turned me in. I didn't realize it was Fredo Phil that narked me out at that point.
Did you end up talking to him?
Yeah, we talked to him a lot.
And
He was at my fundraiser last night.
nice.
So like there was like 1,000 people there, so people could start deducing. Good luck.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he was actually really like strangely happy about it.
Wow, like you talked about me on the podcast.
Yeah, and like not just that, he's like, dude, this is just how I roll.
Which I think is what I think I basically told you that. I was
Right.
like, that's just how he is.
And then we have a common friend, and my common friend found out about the situation, called me up, and my common friend, who I am, can I go with common friend?
No.
Identify?
no,
No,
Does it
'cause
start
that'll-
snaring it?
no.
My common friend said, dude, this person and I have gone round and round. He's pissed me off so many times. Like,
Mm-hmm.
like get used to it. Like, that's just part of the deal with working with your buddy that said that, right? And I'm being like super cautious because I'm saying I'm sorry to my friend. Okay,
I yelled at him.
Good.
Yeah.
Because it was rude what he said, but like
in a nice way.
But like because we were texting back and forth and we were talking, I was like, dude, I guess I better start toughening up because there's a lot of people that feel like you do. Mm-hmm. And I was like, hey man, I get it. I don't want to hear this stuff, but I'm running for U.S. Senate against a guy that he drops $5 million on the ground and forgets about it. He's got so much money. So obviously, what I'm trying to do is super incredibly difficult, and it's going to be hard.
But not impossible.
No, I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's hard. And there's going to be a lot of people that are skeptical that I could do this, and skeptical about why I'm doing it. And I count my friend as one of them. Mm-hmm. I mean, he was there supporting me last night. He supported me financially.
And he told me that. He said, I support Tom 110%.
I know.
Yeah.
But like, he's skeptical.
Sure.
And him and I worked it out. And in a strange way, I think our friendship's actually stronger. It's just weird because we're sort of like he's like, dude, like he sort of respected me for doing what I did. And I respect him because that took balls to say that right to my face, and he did. He was like, dude, I was drinking too. Because we were in a public venue where there was some drinking going on.
Yes.
Okay. And he was like, I was a little bit loose, and I'm sorry if I offended you. I hope you're not mad. I'm like, I am not mad at all. Like I was just talking about it on the air. That's what I do. That's why people listen to this show.
Well, this is the apology segment. What do you want to say?
I'm sorry, y'all. Did
Whoa.
I?
No, you didn't say anything.
Did you hear anything?
No.
I heard.
Said I'm sorry.
I heard a word.
No.
Then don't go there. Sorry about that. I'm sorry.
Now you have to double apologize.
Can we beep that out?
No, it's too late.
This person, don't
It's
say
already
it.
happened.
Don't say it.
All right,
Don't
you're
say it.
apologizing though.
This person that's listening, because now he's a fan of Locked.
You know what? That's a positive thing. All you have to do is
subscribe.
All you
the
have to
whole
do
thing.
is just dress somebody down, and next thing you know, we're gonna have all kinds of listeners. Just keep dressing people down.
I'm going to do that. Anyway, to my friend, I apologize. I love the apology segment.
I do too. We need that music, John.
Keeps you humble.
I apologize a lot every day at home. Hey, honey, sorry about last
sorry
night.
about
whatever,
XYZ.
Right. I'm always messing up. So like, I just apologize constantly.
But are they
people like apologies?
Well, let me ask you this though: since you're constantly apologizing, does it make the apology less real?
Because I don't constantly apologize.
I'm a professional apologizer.
I don't apologize. When was the last time I apologized to you?
I don't think you have had to really.
It's because I space them out. You don't realize.
So when I get one,
you don't realize I'm constantly apologizing. I do. Right, but you just get one once a year.
I personally, but I see you apologizing to people.
No, you don't.
I mean,
you don't have any idea how much I apologize. I'm apologizing.
So it's even more than I see.
Constantly. Dude.
Does that make them less?
Less because
genuine?
To the person that receives the apology, it's
genuine.
Like a once a year thing. They're like, "Wow,
right.
This guy's great."
So you actually are a professional apologizer.
I space them out. Yeah, dude. I represent 81,000
If
people. I'm constantly messing up.
I'm sorry your garbage didn't get picked up.
I'm sorry about the grass being too long. I'm sorry. About things that aren't even my fault. I'm sorry. Like, there's a lot of shit that's wrong, and it's my fault, obviously, right?
As mayor.
Yeah. If you're a professional apologizer, doesn't that mean that you're also a professional, offender?
I'm constantly messing up,
asshole all the time?
No, not necessarily being an asshole. Just constantly messing up.
I would agree. Not an asshole.
Constantly messing up. Just like I'm a fumbling idiot, basically.
But no, I don't think that's true. I mean, basically, you're saying you're
Tom for Senate. I'm a fumbling idiot. New tagline.
And he wonders why people are
Todd
wondering
Young,
about this
send
race.
that one to Dan the Tracker. Like he could just pull that out. I'm a fumbling idiot.
125 hours of entertainment.
Yeah, right. It's out there. There's little gems in there, Dan the Tracker.
The other thing we haven't done in a while is mailbag.
Mailbag.
John?
Mailbag.
Now, for not doing it in a while, that was
a good one.
Very good.
It was energetic.
That was
John lubed up this morning for that.
All right. Yeah.
I lube up every morning, Kevin. Have you seen those photos from Brittany?
Lindsay, did you realize that John was lubed up when you got in the studio?
I saw him putting on his chapstick, yes.
Never leave home without it.
Yummy. All right.
He's like, I'm going to have to do mailbag with these lips today. I better.
Hey, is Fredo Phil still in the chat? Is he
sure he is.
justifying?
He said, chat really broke out into I just watched all the Godfather movies. I'm going to go watch them. I mean,
best, right?
You started a trend
I love
here.
our chat.
I love
They're
the
so
Godfather
on top
movies
of
and
things.
our chat. But the Godfather movies are the best.
But if anyone likes the third one, I mean, you've got a problem.
The daughter's super hot.
You better apologize for that.
I will. Next show. She is super hot, though. Got a cool attitude.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it
is a little weird,
one and two are great.
To think that some mobster could be so powerful to get into the Vatican and stuff like that is a little far fetched.
I mean, it's all about movies.
Okay, what's your favorite one? We all know the least favorite. What's your favorite?
I
one?
like 1 still. I'm still a 1 fan.
Yeah.
Everybody else is like, I like 2. Two's
the
better.
best. That's why.
I love 1.
2 has 2 different stories going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like 1.
Don't say it, Lindsay. You never watched The Godfathers, right?
We've talked about this on the podcast like multiple times.
I always
Have we?
We have never once
Yes,
That is
we
not
have.
true.
We've talked about
Godfather.
it, and Dad was like, "I've failed as a parent because I haven't made you
I
watch."
do remember
The
that.
Agree.
It's
Godfather."
true. It's true. I was a bad parent.
And have you?
I've never watched them. no.
I'm making you come over.
It's too
After
long.
we're watching football and Godfather.
On Sunday.
I would
There's your
rather
Sunday,
watch-
Lindsay.
That sounds
There you go.
fantastic.
Yeah.
He's
I
going to
wanna
make
be
it up
on
to you.
that.
Daughter's Day is coming back on Sunday.
Father's Day.
Yikes.
You and Dad just watching some
boy.
football.
and some
some
mafia.
Godfather.
So Fredo, Phil, you know what happened to Fredo and The Godfather? That's what,
Sleeping with the fishes.
No, that was
They took him
that
out
was Luca
fishing.
Brazzi. Luca Brazzi slept
and they
with the
shot him in the
fishes.
back of the head. And
Well,
pushed
they
him
had
in
him
the
had
in
him
Lake
saying the
Tahoe.
Hail
Whoa!
Mary.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Whatever, dude. If you haven't seen The Godfather by now,
Where's the klaxon, John?
Yeah. So anyway, letter, mailbag,
Beep.
letter from Mary Kay. I just caught the tail end of your podcast when you're talking about the lake
Where did you get this?
through email.
All right. There
Yeah.
you go. Mailbag.
I just caught the tail end of your podcast when you're talking about the lake. She's talking about the last show, I imagine, where we're talking about U.S. Steel
and the
crapping in
discharge.
our lake. That's bullshit. It has to be way over the limit for the water to be that damn orange? Question mark. How's the EPA not jumping on their asses right now? Question mark. U.S. Steel needs to do more to prevent things like this from happening.
Exclamation point.
New paragraph. I heard about the new bridge that's going to go over the tracks here in Hessville. Great idea. But where you guys are putting the bridge is a weird spot. I understand you guys cannot directly put it on Parrish without having to take out the homes. These trains are absolutely ridiculous. I'm so tired of getting stuck by stop trains. They block the crossings here by me a lot. It's annoying.
Got a couple issues in there.
Yeah. Trains. The most common complaint I get,
Trains.
without a doubt, without even a close second.
Trains.
Driving to
Yes.
Do you,
Morton
do you
was a
apologize for
nightmare.
them?
No, I do not. It's not my fault.
This is one of those that is not
I
an
think
apologize.
out of
Not an
mayors,
apology.
not an apology, because it's not my fault. I've done everything I can as a mayor. It's not within my power. It's just not. It's not within anybody's power, even in Indiana. This is something that Congress and the president have to tackle, and it's not that difficult. They just need to do it, but they don't care. Okay.
So solution
So
is
our solution is to build bridges,
say,
to go over the stop trains that don't give a shit about the local communities. They just don't. Okay?
and their excuse is always we were here first,
Right.
which is actually true.
But that doesn't mean that we can't change the law and peacefully coexist. All we're saying is there should be legislation, and if I get in the U.S. Senate, I'm saying it right now, because Todd Young's bought and paid for by all these trains. The trains that stop in Hessville, Todd Young gets donations from them. Okay, he doesn't care about them blocking you. All across the state, he gets tons of money from the trains. So you think a guy that is constantly financed by the trains is going to do anything about it? You're wrong. The only way to change these types of things is to change the people we send to D.C. If you send me to D.C., you think I'm not going to take the number one complaint and try to do something about it that I've had as mayor? The number one complaint is trains. They don't give a shit about the local communities, and they'll block crossings for hours. Hours.
True.
They don't care.
kids crawl underneath them.
They don't care. They're like, screw you. We were here first. Well, if I get in the U.S. Senate, I'm not going to take a penny from the freaking trains, and I'm going to be their worst goddamn enemy. I'm telling you right now. And that's a major problem, not just in Indiana, across the Midwest.
Yeah,
And
especially the Midwest.
I'm telling you. Like
That was a huge statement.
I'm their worst nightmare. If you elect me to the U.S. Senate, I'm the train's worst nightmare.
Wow.
But Todd Young, just give me money and I'll shut up. That's Todd Young. Tom McDermott, I will not take a penny from the trains. And I'll be their worst nightmare as U.S. Senator because we need to do something about it. But Todd Young doesn't know that because he doesn't have to worry about it. Because he doesn't go places with our trains. You know, he lives in fancy communities and with bridges and, you know,
Yeah.
tunnels, you know.
Like all those fancy communities.
Right. Do you think Todd Young has to wait for a train? You
Never.
are wrong. You are wrong. He gets money from trains. That's the only thing he does.
Not taking any train money. Bobby Lundy, make sure you note that.
We didn't get any last night, I guarantee you.
I was like, go through those.
No, I've been a pain in the train's ass. They don't
Yeah,
like
yeah.
me.
Yeah.
They don't like me. That's fine. I don't want them to like
The
me.
good thing is we've improved some relationships with the trains. They're getting better, but
For you, maybe.
Yeah.
I want to be the jerk. I don't want them to like me. I want them to know, like, I'm going to light their ass up if I get in Washington, D.C. I will. So,
I thought it was
train
funny
money.
too, Kevin.
What?
Lisette Montana's
yes,
kids crawl underneath them. I
With,
laughed
like,
too
laugh
actually when you
emojis.
said it, Kevin,
What
because
did
you
I
don't hear
say?
about it often.
Hold it. She's laughing, probably saying you guys are wrong, which is not wrong. They don't
They
crawl.
do.
They
No.
crawl over them.
They
don't
crawl
go.
through them between the cars.
Yeah.
I know.
They don't crawl under the wheels, though. Let's be realistic.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Did I say something wrong?
You probably did.
And
but still, it's not that much of a stretch.
Apologize, kids.
It's not that much of a stretch. The kids,
No,
there's a blocking right by Scott Middle School. It's stopped all the time. We've begged the trains not to stop, and they say, screw you, Hammond. We can do what we want, right? So the kids crawl over the train between the cars, not like by the wheels and stuff, but still, it's dangerous.
By the coupling.
By the coupling. Thank
There
you.
go.
It is. It was just a funny, just a quick quip. But Lisette is from Nuña, Lima, Peru, so I'm sure
Peru.
she's real.
Love
and
it. Thank you.
Yeah,
we are huge in Peru. Also, I've heard
It's International Podcast Day. She's celebrating with us.
she's a bot.
I don't know what she is, but
It's probably like somebody sticking up for Todd Young and the millions and millions he rakes in from the train companies in Indiana. So that they could block our
real.
I have a feeling there's going to be many troll farms that start coming after Tom soon. From different areas.
Hey, that
of the
just
world.
means we get more viewers on the
Oh,
podcast.
true.
See, Lizette said, no, it was a joke. I didn't know they were actually crawling. Oh, man.
I'm with you, Lisette. I thought it was funny. Anyway.
I didn't. Oh, there.
Yeah, let's do some ads and pay
Sorry,
some bills
Lisette,
and
for,
come back.
for calling you a bot.
Sorry,
about that.
Lisette, you're not a bot.
And there he goes on his apology tour.
I didn't call her a bot. You called her a bot.
I did not call her a bot.
I guess I probably did. I'm sorry, Lisette.
I know, I did.
I think I
That was really
questioned
good.
her.
It's sincere, too.
It was sincere.
Yeah.
Fully, you could tell.
All right, here we go. One more apology to Lisette right here.
I'm
Lisette?
sorry, Lisette.
Even though I got set up by all these other guys, they read off a quip to me and I reacted to it. I apologize, Lisette, for calling you a bot. Even though I was set up by my cohorts.
Oh, your producer?
You guys set me up. You guys
I
give me a
didn't
little
have
quip.
anything to do with it. I was
You gave me a
reading
little quip, and I was like, I insinuated things.
Yes.
I'm sorry
John
about
said
that,
she's
Lisette.
from Peru, and you said she's a bot.
That's right.
On International Podcast Day.
I should know that we have a huge Peruvian audience.
I'm glad we do.
Yeah.
Love Peru.
I love Peru also.
Ready?
Let's do some Powering
I
America.
was going to say, who's our premier sponsor?
Our premier sponsor, Powering America. Season 4 is powered by our premier sponsor, Powering America.
POW.
With the explosive growth of renewable energy in America today, who do you call? Powering America. That's who. To meet your needs. For renewable energy in your home or office, including electric vehicle chargers and solar power solutions, trust the electrical professionals of Powering America. That's right. Visit Powering America. Visit poweringnorthwestindiana.org. That's poweringnorthwestindiana.org.
You were getting too high pitched. You had to
getting
drop
excited.
an octave.
I had a lot of caffeine.
That was
we need
good.
we need a pop filter for when you're saying Powering America, because it's just like bam, that P
Waking
just
people
hits
up.
me in the
People
face.
fall asleep sometimes.
Powering
America.
So I have
Plus,
these great
Yikes.
microphones.
they dropped huge money to be our premier sponsor, so I want to hit it. I want to hit it hard.
Thank you
That's my motto.
for
Hit it
paying
hard
for us.
That's right.
Midwest Air Duct Cleaning will clean your health. Oh, I'm sorry. At Midwest Air Duct Cleaning, cleaning your health. Wait, whoa.
You were
Are you
looking at
guys
us
okay
like
At Midwest
today?
Air
Like-
Duct
He was looking at us like we were
Cleaning,
gonna help
your
him.
health is our number one priority.
That's right.
They're dedicated to providing top-notch quality services at an affordable price. Their technicians have been trained to shelter the members of your household from potential airborne contaminants. If you would like more information on how to protect the lungs of your home, call Marinko and his team at 219-671-8868 today. That's Midwest Air Duct Cleaning.
You know, I was listening to "Give Me Shelter" last night.
Our old theme song.
I know. For years.
Every time it
That
comes
was the
on, I
song.
think of that.
People when the kids are around me and that song comes on, they're like, "Dad, it's your song."
I used
I
to
love
be.
that song.
I do too.
We can't use songs
I
now.
still
we have to
crank
pay
it.
a bunch of money to use music, right?
Yeah, we have this thing called Facebook that will kick us off, I guess. But we could do it if we weren't on Facebook.
Let's
John,
just ditch
right?
Facebook then. We'll just go YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube.
I'm going to start a poll. People would follow us if we got off of Facebook.
And then we
Still won't cost you $6 a month.
I'd still like to see some stats.
Well,
You know, whatever. I mean,
Well, I think
well,
our business
don't
manager's back from his wedding.
I saw him
vacation.
yesterday.
It's
Yeah.
time. Can we get those stats?
I was
How about
at
that?
I was at the bank with him yesterday,
He
giving him
doesn't
full
listen.
access to our account.
Oh,
he doesn't
wow.
listen to our show. Let's be honest. He's just making money off it.
Oh boy.
A little bit.
Right. Calumet Brewery. Calumet Brewery wants to tell you about Michelob Ultra. Michelob Ultra is a superior light beer with only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories, all while being one of the fastest growing brands in the region. Or you can try Ultra Pure Gold, an organic light lager with only 2.5 carbs and 85 calories, brewed for your healthy lifestyle. Enter to win a Michelob Ultra golf bag through calbrew.com. That's CALBREW.com. Check out Calumet Brewery's Facebook page for details.
Tortillas Nuevo Leon is the gold standard of Mexican cuisine throughout the Midwest. Look for Tortilla Nuevo Leon's popular red and white label at your local grocery store and enjoy quality Mexican products made with local expertise.
Tortilla.
Oh my
Nuevo
God!
Leon.
Wow.
Eso
John's got one job during ads. One job.
Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti, tu familia, de todo corazón. Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti, tu familia, de todo corazón.
Nice to see the Martinez family last night.
Saw the Martinez family and Eli yesterday.
I did not see Eli.
I didn't see Eli at the fundraiser, but I had 2 speeches yesterday.
Nice.
Yep.
I spoke to the realtors. A couple hundred people, right, John?
And Eli was there.
It's huge.
I killed that one, too. I did 2 speeches yesterday. I killed it. I was in the zone yesterday, man.
Yeah, you were.
I was, like, locked in.
We're going to hear a little bit of that. One more ad, and then we can get back to what we're here for, International Podcast Day.
Challenger Learning Center. Explore the far reaches of space and engage in hands-on learning at Challenger Learning Center of Northwest Indiana. Connecting with Challenger NWI is easy. To learn more about Challenger Center and their upcoming events, visit clcnwi.com. That is clcnwi.com. Or connect on social media at Challenger NWI on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Thank you to our sponsors.
Thank you very much.
So it's kind of cool, right? Last week you had this week you had a special guest come up from our state capital.
I was nervous about that.
Why?
So I don't even think Lindsay knows this. I don't even know if you know it, John.
I've been too busy working.
I had a 4-hour interview with a columnist from the Indy Star.
So for those of us that don't know Tom,
they're doing an exclusive on me this weekend in the Indy Star.
Is it going to be a positive one? Or?
Good question.
Wait and see.
If you hung out with me for 4 hours, how do you think it would turn out? Why are you
I
freaking
don't
laughing,
know.
man? I think most people would be charmed and honored.
This
for
makes
most-
me nervous.
for most
I know, right?
For those
you
people
grew
that know
up with
Tom,
me. Like, if you had to write a column, it would be good. I hope, right?
Sure.
being for those people that know Tom, he is very what's the word?
ADD.
Yeah, or not. We used to call it hyper.
Yeah, ADD.
So, like,
That's what they called it when I was a kid.
Me
I think,
too.
He's very
I think,
hyper when he's nervous, too.
Well, like,
I'm
and so
never
like,
nervous.
he's just not like somebody that is all about like I'm going to sit 4 hours at something.
No.
Like he is a if a meeting's more than an hour, I'm not there.
There makes no sense why any
right?
meeting would go.
I
longer
agree
than
with you,
an
by
hour.
the way.
It
about
makes
that.
no sense to
I
me.
agree with you.
Some people just like long meetings, and I am not one of them.
But you just won't do them.
No.
And for you to,
And I'm the
so
boss, which is nice. So I'm just like, okay, this meeting's over.
When this reporter from the Indy Star called, he actually wanted all day.
Really?
And I called the mayor, and well, first of all, I said, I don't think you're going to get all day.
Not
it just
because he
doesn't-
wasn't a great guy. I
No,
liked
no,
him
not
a
at
lot.
all.
His
But
name-
between your schedule and you not wanting to really be with one person all day, just in general, just your personality, I knew
Right.
that wasn't going to happen.
James Briggs is a columnist from the Indy Star, and he's a super nice guy. Mm-hmm. So he drives up on Tuesday, and I didn't know, I wasn't going to sit in my office all the time. So I'm just like, okay.
I can't even imagine that.
Can you imagine?
No.
So like, I was like, okay, why don't I do Mayor for a Day with kids sometimes, and if I'm trying to show people like projects around the city. I remember Brian Howie came up to him, and once I did the same thing. So I'm like, okay, jump in my truck, I'll drive you all over the city.
He wanted to see the city.
Yeah, so I drove him all over Hammond. I literally drove a half a tank of gas off that day.
Start at the lake.
Started at the data center at Lake Michigan and worked my way all the way to south. We ended up down by Purdue. I unfortunately didn't get too far into Hessville because it took so long. And then
Catch any trains.
I don't think we did actually.
Got lucky.
Yeah, funny enough, right? Yeah, but obviously 4 hours, and he gets in the car and he turns his microphone on, and it is like all on tape, the entire thing, and he's asking me everything.
Wow.
And we were talking. I wasn't being funny, obviously.
Being
'cause that's
official.
I was being funny, and I was being official, but I was being Tom, and
Which we expect.
100% Tom. I'm not trying to hide or put on fake airs, and I actually talked about politicians that have seen, that were probably more applicable in the 80s and 90s that are sort of not applicable today, and not trying to be disrespectful, but like Evan Bayh to me was like the perfect politician, in the 80s and 90s. He was perfect. He did things perfectly. He looked perfect. His family is perfect. He said the perfect things. He didn't ever say anything other than what was perfect. Right? And he was super successful. He was governor 2 terms.
Secretary of State. Right.
Evan Bayh?
Before he was governor.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was thinking national. I apologize. Yeah, of course he was Secretary of State in Indiana before he became governor, and then a 2-term senator.
Yeah.
Yeah, so super
Pretty
successful career, right? But then the world changed on Evan. It changed on all of us. Evan got out of the Senate in 2010, right? And then 6 years later, if you'll all remember, he came back to run for Senate again and was not successful.
And it was a different political landscape.
That's what I was talking about with James,
it's
with the columnist. I was like, the world changed. And Evan didn't realize it changed, and he found out in 2016. And it's like, I'm not Evan. And I love Evan. And I
think Senator Breyer would probably agree with you.
Totally. He knows that him and I have totally different styles. We're on the same team. We're pushing in the same direction. It's just I go about it differently than he did.
What I meant was that I think he would agree with you that things changed between 2010 and 2016. I think he would agree.
I don't think he realized it in 2016 when he ran, though.
Yep.
I think he thought that he had a lot of money at the time.
Sure. He has a great name.
Great name, of course.
Yeah.
Like a historical great name in Hammond.
His dad and
excuse me, in Indiana. Yeah, absolutely. It's a family name that people will know 100 years from now.
Yep.
There's such a big name, right? And I think that Senator Bai, when he filed to run against Todd Young in 2016, I think he thought, I got $6 million because he did. And I got this great name, and I already have this great history. It's going to be a great race. I think all of us thought that.
I agree.
And unfortunately, he got dismantled in that race. And it was like the world changed.
And it was a shock to a lot of us.
Yeah, but the world changed.
Democrats in
but that
Indiana.
just shows you how much things changed between 2010 and 2016.
And they did.
I was talking about that with James, about how, because he asked a lot about, do you think that the stuff you say on the podcast,
your style of politics,
are you going to be in trouble a lot? And I was like, absolutely. People aren't used to what I'm going to bring. They're not used to, they're going to go through hundreds of hours of Lockpod episodes, and they could snip things like I'm a bumbling idiot, They could snip things like that and use them all day long.
Sure.
Right? And they will. You're going to see Lockpod all over tack ads and stuff like that. But would you rather have a fake guy like Todd Young that doesn't talk to you, doesn't show up in your neighborhood, doesn't go to your events, and doesn't give a shit about how you feel? You'd rather have that guy than a guy like me that's completely honest about everything. You ask me something, I answer.
Yeah, he's in a tuxedo in D.C.,
right,
and you're in a dead shirt in the region.
I'm a real person that lives amongst other real people. Like Todd Young hasn't been a real person in 20 years. This guy is so Washington D.C. He literally said, I'm going to raise $100 million to get reelected. And he was dead
150,
straight.
200.
Whatever it takes, I'll raise it. That is a guy that has lost touch with reality. And if you would rather have that guy representing you, then vote for him. Okay? But if you elect me, I'm going to shake up the system. And by the way, he asked me some of my current heroes in the Senate. I brought up Kristen Sinema and Joe Manchin. I was like,
they're powerful because they're not.
I'm not even talking about power. I'm talking about we need a check and balance in our own party too. And they are the check and balance. And I said I'd be one more with them. You got elected by West Virginia and Arizona as a Democrat, and they want you to turn into a liberal when you get into D.C. That's dumb. We have to win in Arizona. We have to win in West Virginia. We have to win in Indiana to be a viable party. And the liberals in our party don't understand that. They don't give a shit. It's like, no, we do fine over here in Connecticut. We do fine over here in Massachusetts and California,
LA,
right?
Right, San Francisco.
We don't need to compromise. Bullshit. We need to be a national party and think like a national party, and that's what they're trying to do.
Well, I think we have to also, as a party, understand that there are definitely variants within our party. A Midwest Democrat is not a San Francisco Democrat or a New York Democrat, but there's still things we agree on.
For sure.
But there's also differences within our party. And
that's right.
Those are the things we have to be able to
gotta
understand.
Respect. I want Joe Manchin to win again. I want Kristen Sinema to win again.
I want Democratic senators from West Virginia and
That's
Arizona.
Right. We need that. Yeah. And if we ignore them and we do what, because we're in charge, Democrats have the number, screw everybody else's opinion, and trample over Manchin and Sinema, they will not get reelected, and we'll be in the minority easily, and we won't be able to do anything. Right?
Yeah.
What's better? Is it better to compromise within your own party or just to shove stuff through, piss off the American people, and be left out in the cold again?
I think good debate within the party is always beneficial.
It's ugly though.
Yeah,
and
it is.
I'm joining the smaller part of the caucus. Really, if I get elected here, I'm going to be hanging with the mods, and I'll be proud to hang with the mods.
Well, I think that's where you're at anyway.
It is where I'm at.
That's where Indiana is.
I'm not changing who I am. I like Tom McDermott. I really do. I'm proud of myself that I have not compromised my values, and I'm still standing after 20 years of public office, basically, and I'm still standing.
John, do we have a little snip from last night available?
We absolutely do, and this conversation reminded me of that.
Outstanding. Let's see how our producer does here.
Tom got...
oh, look at you with your green tie.
Halfway to St. Patty's Day.
Yeah, because Tom got fired up towards the end of his... Oh, the whole speech was pretty fired up.
Yeah, it was a really good speech, actually,
He
Tom.
really called Todd Young out right here at the end. You want to hear it?
Let's see it. I just want to set this. This is at the Hammond Civic Center.
This was last night's fundraiser.
This is our sassy McSasserson.
Here he comes.
Right, in chief.
Todd Young,
I know you're watching. I'm coming at you, Todd. Senator, I'm going to make you work so hard for your re-election, you're going to hate it. And I tell you what, the person with the most money, Senator Young, doesn't always win. I can speak to that with firsthand knowledge. I'm in this race to win it. I want to make that clear. I've heard McDermott's doing this for the future. McDermott has no intention. I want to beat you, Todd Young. I want to beat you and make you a former U.S. Senator, and we're going to change Washington, D.C. together. Thank you, guys. Happy halfway to St. Patrick's Day. Enjoy the party. Thank you for donating to my campaign. I appreciate you guys.
Great crowd, too.
Great finish. Really good.
That was solid.
Really, really good.
I was talking. I get constant feedback, and it's not always positive. Okay. Mm-hmm. I mean, and I hear what people are saying to me, and I don't know if they're trying to get under my skin or if they're trying to minimize what I'm trying to do, but I hear it, and that was to some of the people that are talking to me, like they say, like, you're just doing this because you want to run for governor down the road, and why should we help you? Like, why are we going to give you money when you're just like padding your career, basically? And I'm like, screw you. You think I want to lose to Todd Young? You don't know me. Anybody says that has no clue who I am if they think I'm trying to lose. That's insane.
Yeah, there was a friend of ours at the pre-show yesterday who came up. I know when you went up and said good night to him. Mm-hmm. Real good guy, and he said
the same thing.
Yeah,
right?
He's kind of like, Are you
trying to win?
Yeah.
He goes, I thought you were sort of messing around with this. I'm like, dude. He did say that, John.
What is wrong?
But he
people?
wasn't saying it like.
I know.
He wasn't trying to be a jerk.
No, he was just like, hey,
Yeah, you're actually trying to win. I'm like, yeah. Like, let me sneak preview for those of you that think that like this is some type of like down the road play by Tom McDermott. My life is really, really good right now. I mean, I'm telling you, I'm living it. My residents are great to me. I have great department heads that kick ass. I have employees that work hard. Right. My wife and I have a great relationship. I have a job where if I want to travel, I can travel. I'm respected. I'm important. I love my podcast. I love this podcast. Dude, do you guys think this isn't important? I love this podcast.
We know it's your therapy.
I know you would not wake up this early.
I love this podcast.
That's true, Linz.
Well, he would wake up this early.
He'd be
but
up, but he wouldn't be out and doing something,
here.
right?
Yeah.
You're right.
But think about it. Before this election, when I was approached by people saying you should think about this because we would support you. A lot of people, by the way. It was sort of like a buzzkill for me. I'm like, dude, I'm living my best life right now. I'm training for a try. I'm going to concerts. I skied like crazy last year, and I'm still the mayor, right? I'm like, why are you interrupting my buzz here? I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
We think you could beat Todd Young. And I'm like, what? And I know I'm a good candidate against Todd Young. I acknowledge that out of the Indiana Democratic Party, I'm probably one of the top 10 candidates that could beat this guy, okay? It's not going to be easy, but a guy like me, a veteran, pro-cop, pro-Second Amendment, a guy like me, I could beat him.
Great legacy as mayor.
Pro-business, right? Great. I've actually done things with my career. Like, what has Todd Young done? What? Give me one thing he's done.
Lifelong legislator.
That's right. You're a career politician in D.C. He has done nothing other than raise a bunch of money and stick it to Democrats, right? I've actually done things.
Stick it to Hoosiers.
Drive around Indiana. Drive around Hammond right now and take a look at my city. Do some before and after. Like, you could see what I did, Todd, right? And Dan the Tracker, who's following me around.
Oh, I can't wait.
You know what my dad said, who is a staunch conservative?
Right. Like my father.
He literally said, and he wasn't kidding, who's Todd Young?
Oh, I love it.
Think about that.
I
Think
love
about
that.
that,
Dude,
man.
Thank you,
why,
Mr.
John?
Besmar.
John, it's because your dad lives in the region. Because Todd Young doesn't give two shits about
You called him out about that yesterday.
It's the truth. We're like, oh, that's a Democratic Party. I don't need to go
I've been there 5 times.
Right. That's so embarrassing. He actually was proud of that. Actually, because I said, this is funny. Sometimes I get carried away. And I don't know exactly how many times.
Come on.
What?
So
Tom?
I was like, early in the campaign, I was saying like, Todd Young has only been to Hammond, Indiana one time since he's senator. And it
hit a nerve.
It got under his skin.
The boxing challenge didn't hit a nerve?
No.
But this did.
This did. And he's like, actually, I've been there 5 times since 2015.
Oh, well.
I was like,
I
oh,
mean,
shoot.
You've
5
been it's
times.
like every
My
day.
bad. My bad. He's probably counting when he drives through to going to Chicago.
You're like, that's a whole hand, Mayor.
Yeah, right. I've been there this many times. Like, come on, dude.
Thank you, Senator.
So anyway, James and I drove all over Hammond, 4-hour interview. And then the funny part, this is funny. So at the very end, I take him to El Taco.
Very nice.
Of course. And I was like,
Hammond Institution.
I was like,
the mayor's special.
I was like, you like Mexican food, right? And he said, yeah. I said, thank God, because that's what I eat, right? And then so we go there. And by the way, the cool thing is, so he's driving in my car, and people are like, they don't know that. Like, this doesn't happen all the time either. They're driving by my car like, hey, mayor. And I'm like, the guy's like, did you set that up? I'm like, I did not set that up. I was like, people like me, man. It's like, so we get to El Taco, and then I go in, and I'm like, shaking hands with everybody. Hey, how's it going, Mayor? Which has got to be sort of cool. Because I got this reporter. They don't know he's a reporter. They just think he's eating lunch with me, right? So we eat the whole meal, and he's tape recording the whole time. And at the end, it's only like $15 meal, right?
Right.
So the bill comes. I'm like, I got this. And he goes, no. He goes, I got mine. You get yours. And then I'm like, okay, I get it, because he's a reporter.
Right, sure, that makes sense.
And I was like, damn, you foiled me. He goes, what do you mean? I said, I was going to bribe you with tacos, and it didn't work.
You figured me out.
Damn, man. I set this whole thing up thinking I'd buy you over with 3 tacos from El Taco.
So let's talk
It was like a $15 meal. We split it down, too, which is funny.
You keep on talking about Dan the Tracker, but for those that don't know, why don't you explain what a tracker is?
I've never had a tracker in any of the races I've ever run. Okay, this is something that's common when you're down in Indy. It's certainly common when you're in Washington, D.C., okay? And now that I'm running for U.S. Senate, it's going to be common. A new part of my life is
commoner.
It's going to be more common. Whenever I show up,
that was a joke. I know it's more common.
Whenever I show up to a public event, when people know I'm going to be there, like Dan the Tracker will know I'm going to be there also. And basically, as soon as I get out of my car, Dan the Tracker is following me and with the video
his
camera.
iPhone.
And he's
nice young man from Munster.
Oh, he was smoking in the Civic Center yesterday.
Was he?
I busted him, yeah. Yeah,
What?
dude, when I saw him upstairs.
In the Civic Center?
Yeah, dude. He was
Come
smoking.
on.
Yeah.
No way.
Dan doesn't smoke. He doesn't seem like a smoker.
He was standing. It smelled like smoke. He was standing by an open window.
Oh.
Upstairs.
Dan, that's in violation
Whatever,
of city
dude.
ordinance.
I didn't even say anything to him because I went up there.
Rude.
I was going upstairs
So-
to basically
Yeah, let me set this
get
up.
get my speech ready.
Before Mayor Tom gives speeches, he usually likes to kind of just go to a quiet place. Sometimes he asks me to go with him to just chat a little bit. And somebody says, hey, Kevin, Mayor Tom's on top of the stairs. And the Civic Center is a 5,000-seat arena, has a balcony, and there's staircases leading up to the second floor. No one is up there for the fundraiser, of course. But someone said, hey, Tom's getting ready for a speech. He wants you to pop up real quick. So I go up there. I usually give him the list of elected officials, and we just chat a little bit about what he's going to say. And then I go up there, and the only people that are up there is not just Mayor Tom. It's Mayor Tom and Dan the Tracker. And he's like, hey, Kevin. I'm like, oh, hey, Dan, what are you guys doing up here? And they're just chatting back and forth. Mm-hmm. I was like, this reminds me of like Stockholm Syndrome. I was like, he's up here with his jailer.
It was funny. So I go upstairs, and I see him, and I think I busted him smoking.
Oh.
But I didn't even care. I was just like, hey, what's up, man? And he goes, yeah, we're going to be seeing each other a lot more. I'm like, yeah.
He was dressed nicely. He was dressed for the occasion.
He was. He paid to get in. I mean, whatever.
Very
so
nice.
I sat down, and he's like, do you want me to leave? I was like, no. I'm sitting there like looking at my speech, like 5 feet from him.
So I'm like,
he's filming?
No, he did not.
He did not film.
He did not film that. But I think he was just like, I'm not intimidated by you, Dan the Tracker.
Well, I think it's just
I
interesting.
think this is like some psychological thing.
I
You're just
agree,
like,
Lynn. That's
I'm
why I
not
said-
scared by you. And he's like,
I
this is
acted
weird.
like I guarantee you he was weirded out.
He was
Because he was
totally
like,
weirded
this dude
out.
isn't even phased, and I'm right here. I have my speech I'm about to give, and I'm just like, hey, what's up, man? Just catch him smoking, and then I sit down and I just start reading like 5 feet from him.
That is totally psychological
So
warfare.
So Kevin comes upstairs. He's like, you're sitting here with Dan the Tracker, right?
It's amazing. What are the chances he joined your campaign?
I was like,
this is all
by the
over?
end of the
That's why
campaign, he's like,
I'm
hey, man,
turning
can we
him.
hang out some more?
I'm turning Dan the Tracker. I call him DTT.
It's reverse Stockholm Syndrome, John. The jailer is going to be joining the
I'm
prisoner.
I'm all up in Dan the Tracker's
Who's
head.
the jailer and who's the prisoner?
You know he's watching right now.
I hope so.
course.
I hope
It's
so.
okay.
Good morning, Dan.
Good morning.
Hey, Dan, what's up?
You're a cool guy.
DTT. He is a cool guy.
All right, so let's do some ads and come back. We're going to do some updates on U.S. Steel, and I cannot wait to talk about the Britney Spears update.
Me either.
It's going to be great.
Let's go.
All right, go, Mayor.
Misprint. Misprint specializes in delivering the highest quality signs and printing on time and within budget. Misprint's experience and technology allows them to offer custom, commercial, on-demand printing and sign solutions you can count on. Rick Baltensberger and his team have served Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana for over 30 years. They have 2 convenient locations in Munster and in Hammond. And by the way, my metal business card is a huge hit.
It's working now.
Yeah, man. I give it to people.
With the correct
I'm
address?
like, dude, no, it has incorrect address.
All right, but
They'll
we're
figure
working
that
on
out
it.
if they send something new. It'll go to my old house. We're working on it.
Your old house.
7148.
Yes.
Did you know that?
It's got
You didn't listen to the last
Where
show.
did they get that address
We don't
from?
know. We have no idea.
Some people never change because we still, like, if you send mail to my old house.
You moved 2 houses down the street.
Right,
So.
but 15 years ago. So my card, if you flash it, it says 7148 on it.
You must have something
Kevin,
in your phone.
do you think I don't know what my address is?
No, I
Well,
think you do know what your address is.
No,
I'm just wondering if you haven't changed your
Maybe Rick
personal
hasn't
information
updated
in your
his
phone.
contact.
I haven't
info.
changed my address.
In your phone.
What am I, a bumbling idiot?
I mean, someone may say you've called yourself that recently. Byway Brewing is a family-friendly microbrewery with a spacious tap room and outside patio. Brewing equipment offers a unique backdrop for your private event like weddings, reunions, and corporate parties. We're conveniently located just off of 8094 at the Kennedy Avenue South exit. Come on by and enjoy Byway's award-winning beers and unbeatable menu. Go enjoy the patio while you still can.
Try Electronics. Try Electronics wants to be your complete
Wow.
Let's start over
Rewind.
again.
Rewind.
Bombing
That was a good
today.
rewind sound.
Yeah.
Man, how late were you guys out last night?
Later than normal. Try Electronics. Try Electronics wants to be your complete communications provider. Try Electronics has been a leader in this industry for more than 55 years. We are dedicated to assisting our clients with their systems integration needs. We have the expertise and experience to provide superior results for a wide variety of projects. For more information, call Try Electronics today at 1-800-722-6793.
All right. And finally, last but not least, Grizzolia's Concrete was voted number 1 in the Times Best of the Region 2020 and 2021. Grizzolia's Concrete specializes in all of your concrete projects, and they've been using the original cement finish in the
California knows how to party.
style since 1972 and also offers stamped and colored concrete. For more information or a project quote, call Grizzolia's Concrete at 219-659-4127. Bernie, last night, I saw him at the fundraiser. He said that, actually, the guy he was with was saying, Bernie runs. I said, Bernie, you're looking pretty good. You look like fit and strong. And the guy he was with said, no, I was not hitting on him. I was just complimenting him.
Aww.
And his friend
Cute.
said, Bernie runs circles around these young guys. And he's like, Kevin, these young guys, man, they just don't know how to work.
He's
I've seen
so
it.
he's so fit, and he's a healthy guy.
Yeah.
No,
Very healthy
what's
guy.
weird about Bernie's a great guy. I love Bernie, and Bernie does great work, and he's done work in my house before. And at the time, Bernie was a real young firefighter. Like, let's just say 5 years on the job ish. Okay, and he has guys that work for his company that have been on the fire department longer than him, and maybe in our higher ranks.
But in this situation.
So like when they're doing the private job though, because Bernie didn't realize, I'd be looking in the backyard checking it out, and you could tell like.
He's the boss.
He's like, at the fire department, you're my boss. But when you're out here, like,
Wow.
I'm the freaking boss. And you could tell, like, he runs it like a crew.
He said
Like,
he's been doing concrete since he was 7 with his father.
he's a friend of mine.
Yeah.
But he does amazing work.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that, I think he's one of the best, obviously I have a lot of friends that do that kind of
Yeah,
stuff. In
we
fact, one of my old baseball players,
Rigo, Precision.
a kid I love, like him and,
Pinnacle.
Pinnacle, right? Isaac and him and Danny and those are kids I love, but and they do great work, by the way. But so does Bernie, and they're my friends. I'm
And
just
they're-
gonna shut
they're
up
nice
because I don't
people.
want anybody to think I prioritize. But
No.
anyway, I gave Bernie a job last night. I gave him a mission last night.
A mission.
I can't tell you what it is.
Okay.
Bernie
I
the
wanna
tracker.
Track the tracker.
Yeah, this is
Bernie.
Todd Young. Follow this guy.
And just remember, for an extra 10%, you can get Bernie shirtless.
Nice. Yeah, Bernie is.
Make sure it's
I gave him a
warm
mission,
out.
though, a fire department mission.
All right.
Him and Danny.
Okay.
Like, get on it, you two. You know what I'm talking about.
Mayor being mayor.
I want to see how effective these two are. And it's a tough job. I don't even think it's a tough job, but it's something I need in the fire department.
All right.
And
We're
they're
gonna
gonna,
work on
and they're gonna get it done for me, right, guys? Danny
Right.
and Bernie are listening.
Bernie in the background,
They know what I'm
Lindsay.
talking about. I need it.
We're going to get it. Yes, mayor.
Yeah,
we'll
we're
get
gonna
it
do
done,
it.
mayor.
Okay, U.S. Steel. I'd rather do Britney Spears celebrated her
I think it's
conservative.
time.
Is it time to just maybe we just go right
Yeah.
to Brittany? Well, the only
Let's
thing I
go to
want to say
Brittany.
about U.S. Steel is this. Now we're hearing that it's iron that was in the water.
That makes me
not
feel so much better. That you,
Perfect.
just a
that you
huge
blast
amount of iron.
hundreds
Iron
of
is
thousands
good
of gallons
for
of
you.
iron. Oh, it looks so wonderful too. It looked
Yeah.
like I love it when iron looks just like diarrhea and goes right into
And
the
it's
lake.
probably good for the marine life.
Oh, I want to jump right in it and swim and just soak it in my mouth.
Iron, that
nasty
iron
Good
taste.
for your blood.
Oh, it's just iron? Let's
Yeah.
move on.
Oh, God damn.
On to Britney Spears,
A
John.
known
Let's do it.
carcinogen?
Oh,
Let's
thank
go.
God. I thought it was shit. It's just iron. That's awesome. Thanks, U.S. Steel. I thought you put shit in the lake, and you just put hundreds of thousands of gallons of iron that looks like shit. Thank you.
It must be okay.
But I'm sure Indiana will just give you like $100,000 fine, and they'll act like that's a lot of money when it's just a fraction of what you guys actually make. You know,
didn't they reopen the beaches because they were like, "Oh, it's just iron,
just
and
iron.
It's
Let's go
limits.
swimming, kids."
Yeah.
Jump in, everyone.
Oh, Dad, it looks like diarrhea. It's just iron, son. Jump in.
It's good for your bones.
Assholes, man. U.S. Steel.
It's in your blood, man.
Seriously. You know what's great about drones and what's great about technology is every time U.S. Steel shits in our lake, we could just light them up, and we're going to.
And you're right about that. Think about like 70 years ago.
Yeah, you could do whatever you wanted. Nobody knew. You could do whatever you want. Now,
pre-Clean Water Act too.
That's one of the good things about social media, and there's not a lot about social media that's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely one of the good ones. Is you could outrage the public when U.S. Steel craps in Lake Michigan, where we get our drinking water, where we recreate, where tourists come to visit, and then U.S. Steel just says. Like
Nice.
right into the
You
lake.
Got some
was
serious
moist.
good sound effects
Dude,
today.
right in the lake.
The
like,
rewind
oh,
sound.
sorry about that. I let one loose.
Big fart sound.
Go enjoy, everybody. It's just iron. Jump in and enjoy the lake. U.S. Steel.
There's the
You
update.
suck, man.
Steve just texted that U.S. Steel is actually a sponsor next season, so we retract everything we just said. We'll delete this show.
We will delete that, yeah.
We'll delete it when we get their money.
One of the things we talked about last season was Free Britney Spears and that whole deal with
That
her
wasn't last
conservatorship.
season, was it?
Yes, it
It wasn't this season.
Really?
Have we really
This
talked about
season just
Britney?
started.
I guess that's true, huh?
Last season.
Wow.
Yes. We talked about Free Britney Spears movement and the conservatorship. She wanted her dad has been her conservator, which in Indiana is kind of like a guardian, over her person and her assets for 13 years. Linz, I think that's something like that.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's basically like being in prison.
And this Wednesday, the judge agreed with her and said, the current situation is not tenable. Suspension is in the best interest of Britney Spears, and said the order is in effect today, right now. So she woke up Thursday morning free. And what did Britney do?
What did she do, John?
Now that she's free.
Britney Spears celebrated her victory with nude photos.
Good for her.
Let's take a look at these
Does
things.
this prove her dad's?
She's like, I'm free. Here's my nipples.
Let's get naked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Any
right.
children watching, parents put them away. We're going to switch to this.
You know what? That's a great picture of
Cover
her.
your eyes, Lindsay.
By the way, I used to follow her on Instagram. I think I'm going to refollow because
Yikes.
I would know. Seriously.
you don't know what's going to happen.
I followed her on Instagram, and she looked like she was whacked in the
They
pictures.
had her medicated.
Dude, I'm telling you, Lindsay, like her eyes would be going different directions, and I felt bad. I'm like, this lady, like she's out of her mind.
She was overworked, tired. And
There she
heavily
is.
medicated.
Now she's free to let the babies out. You know what I'm saying?
And there's like a dozen
babies?
Hey, and she's-
pictures.
The
in
girls,
this
the girls
post.
out. Let the girls out.
She is very fit
What?
for her age, so she's.
I
say
think
she
we're
could
only
just
going
go
to
for
show
it.
this one, right?
Welcome.
Yes, just
You
Britney
can't show anymore.
Spears.
They're all blocked out, aren't they?
Well,
Barely.
debatable.
Really?
Yeah,
Barely.
they're pretty.
All right, Brittany, it worked. I'm going to refollow you today.
She
All I
said,
needed is that one picture.
"Plane in the Pacific never hurt anybody." And she added a winking emoji, a kissy face emoji, and a monkey emoji. Now, if that's not freedom.
That is freedom.
She just got engaged too.
Welcome back, Brittany. She also decided to go fly a plane, which I thought was interesting.
Oh my gosh.
She's going to end up
Prop
back in this
point.
conservatorship like real soon.
Like, isn't this proving the point?
Yeah, right?
Look at Paris Hilton commented.
What did she say?
Love seeing you so happy and free. You deserve it. Love you, B.
Oh, right during the show, TMZ comes out. Britney Spears and Sam, whatever his name, are buying a house. It came in right now.
Are you
Come
serious?
on.
I swear to God.
They
it
must
just
be
came in
listening.
Right now. It came in right now. These guys are out of
Breaking
control.
news, y'all.
Nude pictures. She's flying a plane, buying a house, getting married.
Look out.
Brittany,
Hey,
We're worried
she hasn't
about
been
you.
able to do these things on her
obviously, I know. I'm
Yeah,
happy
she
for her.
is. It's good news. And
so
own. It is
exciting.
good.
by the way,
It's
one,
not right what was going on.
One thing
Yeah.
I should mention about the conservatorship is that the financial part of it is still under a temporary conservatorship through a CPA, not her dad, but her person. The conservatorship over her person is now gone.
She
obviously,
now has full
She's
access
free.
to her Instagram account. I
Nice.
know
To her
couple
body.
weeks ago she was posting pictures similar to these, and they kept being taken down, and then
Oh.
she'd post them again, and then they were taken down, and then she'd post them
Not
again,
anymore.
and then- Nope, now she has full
The picture
control.
she did before looked like, when you see prisoners that are taken hostage and they're
Yeah.
like giving signals like,
Well,
Yes.
some of the older pictures.
she's like blinking her eyes weird and stuff like that.
And then sometimes they would be posting pictures that they had posted like a year previous, saying that she was somewhere else.
yeah.
Like as if it were a new picture, but it's not. It was somebody else who was posting these things, trying to create a cover.
Go check out Britney Spears on Instagram. It's worth it.
Yeah.
It's worth a look.
Have you
Well,
guys seen the new TV show? Sorry, I'm a big fan of Britney Spears.
Okay, what's the new TV show?
There's a couple of TV shows about the conservatorship. There's one on Hulu and on Netflix.
All right.
You know what's great
Check
right now?
them out.
Like things to watch. That Muhammad Ali PBS.
Oh, I got to watch that.
Oh my God.
Ken Burns is a
Ken
American
Burns,
treasure.
He is. And this Muhammad Ali it's amazing. It's like a history lesson of the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, there's a lot of it there.
With the boxing in the background. It's
still
like
Cassius Clay, or are you into Muhammad Ali now?
I'm in Muhammad Ali now. That happened in, I think, the first of 4. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
it happened pretty early.
Louisville?
Yeah,
out of
from Louisville, right? I tell you what, man, Muhammad Ali was. I mean, he was, because I saw, like, when I was born and in the mid 70s, that was Muhammad Ali I saw.
ABC,
and he was
Howard Cosell,
he was getting beat up
getting
a lot
old.
then, right? I didn't realize until I watched this how amazing and dominant he was, in the 60s. And it was before really television was widely used. I mean, for sports anyway, So you don't see a lot of his old stuff, but in this documentary you do.
Important American historical figure, without a doubt. I mean, the guy just was very, very important from a like a social justice standpoint, from how he carried himself to not putting up with authority. And I loved how he talked to his opponents most of all.
Oh my God. It's crazy. He was talking about the champion of the world, and he's like, I'm going to beat him up in the 6th round. I'm going to knock him out. He would do that for all of his opponents before he was champ. And then if he was going to knock him out before the 6th or whatever round he said, he would toy with him until the 6th round and then knock him out. Like, that's how he was, like, coming up through the ranks. He was amazing. And by the way, the crazy thing about Muhammad Ali that I learned watching this video is, much like Dr. Martin Luther King, he was super young when he was making all these important decisions that had a lasting influence on the civil rights movement and all that. He was right up there with Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Muhammad Ali. He's like 22, 23.
Crazy?
It's unbelievable.
So you're
and
saying
by the way,
highly recommended.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. You don't even have to be a boxing fan. If you just want to see a really good documentary about the 60s and 70s and the civil rights, oh my gosh, Muhammad Ali is so good. Skip Britney.
Nice.
Just look at Britney on Instagram.
Lance.
Just look at Britney on Instagram and then watch the Muhammad Ali.
There you go. All right, wrap us up.
Let's wrap up. Good to see you, Notorious LMP. Thanks for coming by.
Peace out.
All right, Kevin
Happy
Smith.
Daughter's Day, Lynn.
Great job.
Thanks.
Happy Daughter's Day. Post late. And then Jay Vez, awesome work as usual. And of course, this is the Locomotive signing out for another show. We'll be back on Tuesday as usual. And thank you for watching Lockpod. Don't forget to rate and subscribe and all that stuff.
Have a good weekend.
Bye.